Welcome people to my new video. Apologize for my bad English. In this video I will talk about the high-low bands indicator. So the high-low bands indicator HLB. So it's a trading indicator, a technical indicator that traders or in general people use in their technical analysis here. It works in trending markets. Here's an uptrend, downtrend, and it fails in choppy markets, so during consolidation here, sideways trend or choppy markets consolidation. Now, how do we need to calculate the HLB? Well, this consists of two steps. In step one, we need to calculate the triangular moving average line here, triangular moving average line in here in orange. And step two, we will calculate then the high band in red here and the upper band and the low band, the lower band here in black. First, step one, what is the triangular moving average? For this you first need to understand what is an average, a simple average. I think everybody knows what an average is. So it's a total sum of all numbers divided by number of items in the set. So you see here, 7 values, add them up, divide by 7, and you see the average is $25. Now, what's a simple moving average? SMA, simple moving average. It's just an example, guys. Here we will look at 3 values. What's the average? 20 plus 60 plus 20 is 100 divided by 3. So the average is 33.33333 and so on. Then we go one step to the right. So now we look at these 3 values. What's the average? 40.66666 and so on. We go again one step to the right. Now we look at these 3 values. 20 plus 42 plus 10 is 72 divided by 3. So the average is 24. It moves in time, it moves in space. Now, why do we sometimes calculate the average of something? It's a smoothing technique. So like this we can get rid of all the fluctuations, unnecessary fluctuations. Sometimes fluctuations can confuse you, can mislead you. So it's not always necessary to be aware of all the individual fluctuations. Like here, 20, 60, 20, 42, 10, 15, 8, and we calculated the average was 25, and like this we get the overall idea, the overall picture, and the overall trend. What is a triangular moving average, TMA? Well, remember we calculated the simple moving average, and we will do this a second time. So it's a double smoothing technique. It has been averaged twice. And so the first time here, and then we take the second time the simple moving average from the simple moving average to get the triangular moving average. So here again we look at these 3 values. What's the average? 32.66. We go one step to the right, and then we take the average of 40.66, 24, 22.33, and the average is 29. And one step to the right, take the average of 24, 22.33, 11, and the average is 19.11. And like this we get the triangular moving average. But okay, we need to calculate the triangular moving average, but from which data? And you see here 7 values and 7 prices, but how do we get these? Well, you can take the open and then you get the opening prices, or you can choose the high, then you get the high prices, or the low, the close, adjusted close, the high-low average, high-low close average, high-low double close average, open high-low close average. It's up to you. But the default setting takes the close and the closing prices here, and the close, then you get the closing prices, and you calculate then the triangular moving average. and the default setting for the period is 10. Remember, we considered 3 periods, but the default setting is 10. If we would plot these, values here, triangle moving averages, then we would get this orange line here, the triangular moving average line. And based on this, we can calculate the high band, dus in red, the upper band, and the low band, in black, the lower band. Now, how do we do this? We take the triangular moving average and we will shift this up by 5%, and we'll shift this down by 5%. Same percentage, a fixed percentage. So it's just an example. 100 becomes 105. 100 becomes 95. And we do this for all the values. Like this, we get the upper band and the high band, and the lower band, the low band. And we also sometimes call this the high-low top and the high-low bottom. High-low top and the high-low bottom. And this is the high-low medium, in orange here, the high-low median. The shift percentage is 5%. But you can choose, okay? It's up to you. You can take, let's say 10%. You will shift up the triangular moving average by 10%, and you will shift down the triangular moving average by 10%. 100 becomes 110, 190, again for all the values. A high percentage will create wide bands, and a small percentage or a low percentage will create narrow bands. So it depends if you want to take risk or not. And here the fixed percentage means we will shift it up by, let's say, 5%, and we will not shift it down by 3%, and we will also shift it down by the same 5%. So yeah, again a cool indicator, high-low bands indicator.